if I was going to do a movie of my life, or someone was going to do it, I didn't want to do a biopic. And my life's been fairly crazy. I mean, it covers from when I was a kid to 1990 when I went into rehab and came out of rehab. So, I mean, my life when I started to become famous became really, really extraordinary and kind of surrealistic. And that's how I kind of wanted the film to be. I mean, I wanted it to be fun, and I wanted it not to take itself too seriously. And for me, it was important also musically music was my life. So that was the most important thing, getting the music right, because the songs in the film are integral to the story. I left you in the hands of Giles Martin, who I trusted implicitly because he's brilliant, like his dad. And I let you get on with it. I didn't want to be over your shadows, listening to you. I just left you. I haven't been to any of the recording sessions. What I've heard is brilliant, and that's not how I am, and that's not who I am. If I trust somebody artistically, I just give them carte blanche to do what they want to do. And I've listened to things as you've done them, and I've been astonished. My life has not been dull, as you know, and I think what I wanted to get across in the movie was the incredible price of fame, the incredible effect one's upbringing has on you, how lonely it can be. It had to be as honest as possible. But as I say, the lows were very low, the highs were very high. Unfortunately, there wasn't much balance in between.
No.
But, it's an extraordinary life that I led from 1970 to 1990. And it was insane. When I did the documentary of Tantrums and Tiaras with David, I wanted to be a fly-on-the-wall documentary about how I am on the road. And it was very, very honest and very true. And a lot of people
incredibly candid, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was, behaved like a monster at times and was completely irrational. And that's how life is when you're an artist. Artists aren't normal. They're not rational sometimes. But I prefer to release the honest version rather than, oh, he was so wonderful, he was so great. Yeah, I have been wonderful and I have been great at times, but I've also done the other side of the coin. And it's important that the other side of the coin is represented in my life. There are certain things that have happened in my life that I look at and that must have been divine intervention. That was the first thing was me deciding to leave the band and wanting to do something different because I was kind of chubby. I wasn't very confident about myself, but I was so fed up with doing cabaret, playing to people who weren't interested in music. And I answered the advertisement in the New Musical Express. That was the first bit of divine kismet thing, having the courage to do that. Because I look back and think, I was so shy. How the hell did I do that? And then when I went into Ray Williams' office and got the envelope, as I say, from a stack of envelopes that could have been anybody's, and then excitedly going home on the train to Pinner or Northwood Hills, opening the lyrics, the envelope, and going, these are really good. But it could have been any envelope. The decision to go there in the first place, why did I do that? And then getting Bernie's lyrics of all things. He's been my dearest friend for 50-something years. We've had a relationship for 50 years. It could have been another person whose lyrics were
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, did I ever luck out? There are certain instances in my life where you get a sign and you say, okay, I really have to take the leap of faith. I always tell people, when you get that, they get the sign and they say, I don't know whether I should, I don't know whether I should. Go for it. Because you don't want to be 75 years old and go, I wish I'd have done that. It's always fresh because I never know what I'm going to get. So from the very first lyric I wrote to, when he gives me a new lyric, I don't know what it's going to be about. And I go into the room and I sit at the piano like I did when I wrote the first lyric. So it never gets old. It's not we talk about, oh, what kind of song we're going to write. I never know what I'm going to get. So when I get it, it's always exciting.
Yeah.
It's always been the same from the very first lyric. And because we write in that odd kind of way where he creates the scenario for the song and I kind of finish it off, it doesn't get old. It's quite extraordinary. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I read the song through, I look at the title, I look at the tempo, think of the tempo, the kind of genre the music might be, and then I literally play a chord and I go from there. I got this review from Robert Hilburn in the Los Angeles Times
Yes.
that went through the country like a dose of salt. And I'm, forever grateful for that. But it didn't mean that I'd become a star overnight in America, because America is such a huge country.
Yeah.
So I could, I was known in Los Angeles, San Francisco, because I played there, and New York, and maybe Chicago. But I spent 2 years in some places headlining in small places, but I thankfully playing second on the bill to people like Leon Russell, Derek and the Dominoes, and the Kinks, and people like that. So it's about looking at them and learning your craft by watching them. I'd already learned a lot by watching people when I was in bluesology, like Patti LaBelle, Billy Stewart, Major Lance, and it's watching those kind of people gave me an idea of how to play to an audience. But when I used to play when I was on tour with Leon Russell. I think, oh my God, he was my idol. But I would go on with the attitude, follow this, because you have to. And every night he followed it and did better. And I used to stand there and go, yeah, that's amazing. So although I got this incredible stroke of luck from this review, and it kick-started my career by a year and a half in America. Yeah. And it just gave me so much confidence and momentum that without that, it would have been totally different. People just went, what? It was, jumping in the air. They weren't ready for that. And again, being in the right place at the right time. When Dick James said to me, I want you to go to the Troubadour, and I went, I so want to go to America, but I don't think the time is right. And he said, no, you've got to go. So again, it shows you know nothing. And so I went. I thought, well, I'm going to enjoy it, but I want to go to an American record store and buy some albums. And that happened. So you never know what's going to happen. It was a magical moment in our life. And, when you write a song like that and then you're lucky enough to have written so many other songs afterwards, most people would be satisfied with your song. I don't know. It's just, I've never got tired of singing it.
No.
It's the most beautiful romantic song.
It is.
I don't know. Who knows? If it touches people, that's why you write songs. You want to touch people. You want to write songs that please you, but if they please other people, and I think the lyric to that and the sentiment behind the song will never die. It comes, I think, the desire to put on a performance is a very British thing. I'm stuck at a 9-foot plank.
Yeah.
But so to me, it was part and parcel of, I have to be visual too. But I loved it. When I do a show, even now, 20 minutes before I go on, I choose my outfit. And until then, I don't become Elton. And then when I put my outfit on, I'm in the part. It's like going to battle.
Yeah.
Like until you've got your squaddies on and your battle gear on, then you get into the thing. And I think most British performers of my ilk and my peers would say the same thing. I want to, people pay to see me. I want to dress up. I want to feel special.